Hey, yeah, so I was just looking at a video talking about depersonalization and derealization or whatever. And I basically came over this because I was doing a little research on marijuana and I came across these two being symptoms, and they sound pretty familiar to what I go through when I smoke. And I got more into it and I realized like this describes it fully, like, but it also describes stuff that I went through at a younger age. And yeah, like some of this, actually all of the symptoms basically I go through, and it's crazy. I just saw that this one guy, like, he didn't even say anything about smoking. Like, a lot of people just go through this as like their own problem or whatnot, and he went through it for a year, and that is crazy. Like, I know exactly what he's talking about, but I mean, like, for the most part, I don't have no more than about a day or two. Like, once it was a whole week of like some of the symptoms, but a whole year is ridiculous. I don't know how he dealt with it. Like, that's crazy. Like, for some of the symptoms that I read up on, it's like it's an out of body experience. Like, you don't feel real. And sometimes, like, you feel like you're moving like a robot. Like, so, like, for me to explain this, it's really hard to explain. It's like I felt like I was moving at the same speed as my heart rate. Like, I was moving like really slow, and like it was it was just a thing that I noticed. Nobody else really noticed. If anything, I would just be moving really weird to other people that were looking at me, but for the most part, like, a lot of people said I looked normal, or like, if not normal, I just look confused, and I feel confused. Like, I feel like I'm just not doing anything right, and I'm supposed to just be normal. Another crazy thing was crap, what was I gonna say? Looking people in the eye. It was like, again, yes, it was like a hard thing. Like, I just did not like doing it. It was just like, if I looked people in the eye, it was like they see through me. Like, they see that something is wrong. They see that it's like, I don't know, it's like they know, or something. I don't know, but it was crazy, especially since it's like paranoia going on, and because I'm smoking, it's like, oh, I know you know, I know that she was high or something like that, and it was just so crazy. Um, that was a crazy symptom that was mentioned in the video. Um, Another was I'm not sure. I'll have to look back, but like, it was a whole lot of stuff that I dealt with. Feeling like a robot, feeling invisible. I felt like not invisible. I know people saw me, but I didn't think they really were like seeing me. They would see like something else, and like, here goes with the derealization. Um, uh, my surroundings seem unreal, foggy, or hazy. Well, I think it was like messing with my eyes or whatnot. It was like I couldn't, like, I could see, but I would see other stuff, and it's like in my mind I would go on like trips, like, not really trips, but I would get into deep thought in the midst of doing anything. Like, as I'm, for instance, driving, like, especially on highways, like, I'll think to myself about like a scenario that'll happen on the highway, and as I'm driving, like, the whole scenario is like going on in my head, and I could like see it, and I felt like I was there. Like, out of body experience. Like, this is like the best way that I can explain it. Another example would be like, I'm not sure, but it's a lot of stuff, but it's really not a cool feeling at all, and I couldn't imagine doing it or going through it for like a whole year. Like, I don't think I could make it. Like, fear is definitely something that feeds off of it. Like, because at any moment you could be actually okay. You could think of something and the paranoia will kick in, and like you'll start freaking out. Like, your heart rate will start beating really fast. And like, you don't know what to do. Like, you'll eventually control yourself and, come back in and like, yeah, you're fine, nothing is happening. But for the moment, like, you're really freaking out, like somebody died in front of you. Like, oh, chill out. But that's a little bit of my experience with it, with both symptoms. And from what this article said, I read more than one article, of course, but I don't think I'm gonna smoke anymore. But even again, without me smoking, I still go through these things, these phases. They come and go, and like, I guess with me smoking, it gets worse. Like, the symptoms are worse. Like, I already go through it in my mind. It's like in my mind without any kind of substance. I'll think in a deep thought about like, how did the world start? Like, what outside of like Earth and space and stuff, how deep does it go? Like, what could be out there? Like, could it be a world over a world? And like, it's just, I go into deep thought. And for me, like, with all of the deep thought that I go through, is like, when I come back to reality, it's like I can not see through people, but I see how people are and how they act, and like, see how it affects their lives, and how they act reflects into what they do, or how they do work or whatever, especially in college. Like, I see some of my friends, and like, they're one way and then they're another way around other people, and like, it's crazy. Like, once you come back down from it, it's just like your real world is just completely different. You have a different perception of life once you do it, or not do it, but experience it. But I just want to explain a little bit on how it is for me. It wasn't the best video. I just did this off the top of the head. I just wanted to say something about it. I'm about a year late, I guess. He posted this about a year ago. But yeah, I just wanted to talk on it. I never really spoke about it because, I mean, I really don't like talking about it, especially to like my friends, because I don't know how they're gonna take it or anything, and I definitely don't think they're going through it like I do. So, what better way than put it on YouTube? Thanks for your time. Bye.